Good evening and welcome to the Town of Acton Selectmen's meeting for April 11th, 2013. First item on the agenda, salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda.
I move that we approve the agenda.
Seconded.
All in favor? Approval of the minutes at the last meeting?
I move that we approve the minutes of the last Selectmen's meeting.
Seconded.
All in favor? Old business, we have none. New business. We're going to re-advertise the lawn care bids. We were supposed to open them up tonight, but we didn't receive any. So the bid will be, the Town of Acton is soliciting bids for lawn care from May 1st, 2013 to November 30th, 2013. Mowing grass is to be done at the Acton Town Hall, Acton Public Safety Building, Mary Grant Nature Preserve, and the Lincoln School on an as-needed basis. Raking, fertilizing, if needed, and spring and fall cleanup at the Town Hall site are included. Bids should be total price for the season. All bids need to be submitted by 4 p.m., April 25th, 2013. Envelope should have bid plainly marked on the outside. For further information, call 636-3839, extension 408, or come into the Selectmen's office at the Town Hall. So we are going to put them out again until our next meeting, which is April 25th. Now we're going to have an update from the road commissioners.
Public hearing if you want me to.
Yeah, I'm up. All for it.
Well, Dave Winchell, District 2. I figured I'd give an update. We've been out doing some signage, and in case anybody wondered why I was taking down their green signs and all their camp roads, we're trying to get up all our signs up to standards for 911. And all the signs most of the signs that were up on all the private roads were all green signs, and we converted them over to blue to meet the standards. And of course, we putting a bunch up for the town signs, put some stop ahead signs, if you noticed those at all. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get to the MUTCD standards, 9-inch signs, 6-inch lettering, reflective, not all capital letters, capital small letters. And I believe my count, I believe is around 80 signs we've put up in the last week and a half or so. And so I guess anybody listening out there, anybody on a private road, if their sign hasn't been changed or needs a sign, to contact the town hall or myself. Because I did sign inventory, I went through my book, but I noticed there were a couple roads that I know of that weren't in the book. So in case I miss any, they can contact me and I'll look into it. So we've started our street sweeping. I've started my street sweeping for the spring here. Hopefully we don't have to go out tonight.
Yeah, what's up for that? I just barely heard we're getting a storm.
Well, Scott heard the latest, 2 to 4?
2 to 4 inches.
What?
Yeah,
Snow tonight?
possible.
One starting around 5.
Yeah.
They're both fired.
So,
I don't want to hear that.
so hopefully we've got enough straight salt, so we don't have to redo our sweeping. But other than that, I'm going to be starting my road grading here when it dries up a little bit, and we're going to be starting a project up on Young's Ridge, hopefully in the next 2.5-3 weeks. We're going to be getting that ready for pavement and hopefully getting FR Carroll online. So that's it.
Sounds great. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
My only comment on that, Ted, is, because he said if anyone hasn't got a sign, call in. The selectmen are putting a cutoff on expenditures. So you're going to order signs, or you're going to wait until the new?
Well, yeah, we'll get the orders in, and I'm going to mention that a little further in, but,
Okay, so do
yeah,
you want-
they still need to get them the information so we can order the signs, yeah.
Hello, District 1. Hello, everyone, ladies and gents. I have, and Dave has mentioned 911. I mean, I've done it since
the 911 was actually really pushed, and I usually do it twice a year. And I have gone out, I went out last fall, and was missing a couple signs, but that's not a big deal. But I just recently went out yesterday, I had probably 12 miscellaneous signs we've gone through the same course, so we know the different speed limit signs per road, what size, capital letters, different colors. Retroreflective is a very nice stick-out sign that really shines right up, so it goes there. That's really nice aspect of it. And checked all my stop signs and speed limits. You know, I change them accordingly as needed. It comes down to that. I have started my sweeping. As you can see, the town hall's been swept up, and really working hard on West Shore Drive. I got all my intersections done. I'm just really working hard of cleanup of winter sand around the lakes and stuff like that. And then we'll be going off to other projects and stuff like that. But my main concern is, what I'm really thinking about is to updating our paving budget specifications. In the last course that Dave and I went through, they gave us a really good proposal to give to our paving contractors.
Oh, when we put, for bid for the paving?
For the new paving,
Right.
and I'd like to see this paving, I mean, actually, this paving bid could actually go out anytime. It doesn't have to be, I mean, it could be written up as prior to the town meeting, you know, I mean, it's,
Yeah, we can put it out.
I'm not banking on we're gonna get the money, but it could be, you know, because the sooner we get our paving money, or paving bids out, the better money, the better chances we're gonna get a lower price. Because once they get busy, because, you know, putting it out in August and whatever, it's in the same way with our sand too, you know. But right there is that's a state of Maine guideline of what should be required, and basically it's all state specs of equipment, material, and standards.
This isn't what they used on Fox's Ridge and Milton Mills Road, is it?
Well, that was state spec, but Dave and I do have a little bit more knowledge on it. At least put some material down and not just put a real cheap Band-Aid on it. You know, but, I mean, that's a couple things I had in my head that I'd like to go over.
All right, so you want us to put this out to bid now for next year?
I mean, Dave has one, I'm sure he don't disagree with it, but as far as our sand bid and our hot top bids, if it's possible before our town meeting, might as well get the ball rolling, because,
I think we spoke about that, and we talked about doing it right after town meeting, so we get the money approved then put it right out a week later.
but I mean,
Ball rolling.
as soon as possible, if you guys would agree with it, I mean, sooner the better. Because like last year, I mean, I was ready to get mine paved, I mean, and I know, you know, whatever, but, I mean, Frankie Carroll, they got busy, and they couldn't provide until this spring. So,
Well,
the more notice we give them and get on the ball, the better price we're gonna get and the more service we're gonna get.
But when we put this out, we're not asking them for specific jobs or specific amounts, we're just asking them for price per,
We can get, no, we can
A yard
roughly
at a time.
say, you know, Dave and I can kind of ride our roads, and we can roughly give them, say, it's gonna be 500 ton. I mean,
Okay.
it's about the normal, 500 ton, 300 ton, 400 ton,
but we're just looking for a ton price.
ton laid,
So we-
at them specifications.
Yeah, so we can get a ton price at these specifications before we know whether you have the money or not. And then if we don't get the money, if the money's voted down on the floor for some reason, we don't have to buy any, but we're locked in if we do have the money. So there's no reason why we can't go out to bid
A
before
lot
the
of
town
times
meeting.
they wanna know how much you're gonna spend too, though. If
Yeah.
you're gonna go out and you're gonna spend $300,000 in paving, you're gonna get a better deal because of the tonnage.
Right.
So, but the sooner we get it done, the better, because it's gonna, you know, so we can figure out, especially how much more of a job we can do. So, you know, if we get a cheaper price, then we know we can do more work with the money we have.
All right. Well, why don't we do it this way then? We'll put out to bid for 190,000 because 180,000 because you each get 90,000, correct?
Roughly
Yeah.
roughly $180,000 worth
Okay,
of paving.
so we'll
Because we
put
do
out-
spend a little bit of money for us, sometimes we have to do a little bit of culvert crossing, that we might take that out of the budget, or a little bit of sweeping, or a little cut a tree here and there,
Or
so,
we could put maximum
maximum.
Yeah, of
Right.
180,000, because we can't spend more than that. And then we get a per ton price, and then however many tons you end up buying, if the town approves the funds, then we'll be fair to go.
But I think we should adopt that policy right there.
You agree, Dave?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, you want to put out the bid for paving using that?
Specification?
Yeah.
Well, the road postings, they're still up in the air. Tomorrow's,
far as when
Dave and
you
I
come out?
both discussed it, maybe tomorrow, but it's supposed to snow tomorrow.
If you get a snot, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, they were drying up good, but if we get another 2 or 4 inches of snow, it could be an issue. Unfortunately,
I got a phone call the other day, I think it was Tuesday, a couple days ago anyways, and Jen asked me, people called Jen and asked when are the roads coming undone, and Scott and I had talked Friday, that's when we were gonna do them, but, like I said, 2 to 4 inches more of snow, and we get a bunch of rain, it could really put the kibosh to that, it could hold us off for at least another week, so.
All right, so we'll just tell Jen, if anybody calls, to tell them to call you if you guys think that they can go on that road, which is what you do normally anyways, right?
Yes.
So we'll leave it up to you to do individual choices until you guys choose to take the signs down, so we'll just pass the calls
Yeah,
over to you.
right now, we're not, if someone wants to get in, we're not talking about cement trucks or log trucks or whatever, but if someone needs to get a box truck in, we're not really being real harsh on that, but, because it's getting better and better, but unfortunately, it looks like we may have to delay that, the pulling of those. So we have them posted till the 30th anyways, but we like to get them up early if we can get, so people can start doing what they need to do, but, you know how April is, we don't know what the weather's gonna be, so,
Thanks, Dave.
I just want to say,
Sure.
I do have 3 copies. I have more copies that I actually got you guys. I have them at the house. I'm gonna grab one for the policy.
Yeah,
For the
well,
paving.
Lorraine puts out the bids for us, so I gave it to her, and she'll
Okay.
put the bid out right away.
All right.
What I'm trying to find out is, where did it come from?
Main DOT,
From the DOT?
yes,
Because
DOT
they must have,
specifications.
It online that I don't have to retype all this.
I would imagine,
Because
yeah.
this says town of Hadley, see?
Yeah.
Or Haley.
yeah, that's just an example, you go
I know it's
right
a sample,
online.
but if we're gonna send them all this information,
Right.
then I don't wanna have to retype all that.
I mean, I'll go look through some of my other paperwork that I have. It might be one that doesn't say just for that particular
See
town.
if you've got one, Scott,
Yeah.
that is the information, but not made out for a town.
Right,
You know,
right.
we can, you know,
Not a problem, Lorraine. I'll have it here tomorrow morning.
yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. Any other business? No? Okay. Announcements, we still need volunteers for 1 member and 1 alternate member of the Saco River Corridor Commission. We need 2 alternate Warrant and Finance Committee members. As you probably remember, Paul Point's always up here asking for some more help because they had a hard time keeping a quorum to do the school budget, and now the town budget is going into its process, so they could use some help. And there is an opening that's only until June, so if somebody wants to come up and help and learn more about the town budget, we'd appreciate you coming in and seeing Lorraine and giving her your name. The Acton Planning Board will host a public hearing for the discussion of proposed changes to the Acton zoning ordinance relative to stormwater maintenance and erosion control on Thursday, May 2nd, 2013, at 7 PM at the Acton Town Hall, 35 H Road, Acton, Maine. Copies of the proposed changes can be found online at www.actonmaine.org or at the town hall. There'll also be a second warrant article along with this to fund a part-time code enforcement officer and mileage to enforce this new zoning should it pass. The town meeting vote to approve the school warrant articles will be held at the school on April 23rd at 7 PM. The referendum vote to approve the school budget will be held at the town hall on April 30th. Polls open at 8 AM and close at 8 PM. The town of Acton, I already did the soliciting of bids. You guys got any announcements?
Yeah, I got a couple. Town of Lebanon has a new state trooper coming online for contract state trooper, similar to what we have here in Acton with the sheriff's department. Anyway, he is looking for a place to rent. be in Acton, Lebanon, Chapley area. Been asked to just pass this on to the folks in Acton to see if anyone happens to have a place they want to rent to the state trooper and his family. They can contact the town clerk for further information on that.
Lebanon Town Clerk.
Yes, Lebanon Town Clerk. Also, to go along with the other announcements with the public hearing, just decided the date was set tonight. There'll be a public hearing for the possible merger of the Acton Rescue into the Acton Fire Department. The public hearing will be held on April 25th at 6 PM, right here at the Town Hall. So, thank you.
I do have one more announcement to all department heads. Please be advised that there are to be no new purchases for your department after May 30th, not 1st, 2013. May 30th, right? In case of an emergency need, you must obtain written authorization signed by at least 2 selectmen. The reason for this is if people go out and charge things after May 30th, it doesn't come in until after fiscal year is done. We have to wait for the bills to close the books, then we have to wait for the books to be closed before we can start our audit, and then we are delayed on committing taxes. So if you're going to purchase anything with funds you have from this fiscal year, please spend them, any charges that you're going to do, please spend them before May 30th. And then if something comes up in an emergency between May 30th and June 1st, then just come in and see us and we'll, figure out a way to do it so we can get the bill back in time to close our books on June 30th.
May 30th?
Yeah.
Okay. What about us buying gravel and stuff like that? I mean, that's kind of a necessity there, so we can use our budget up before June 1st. July 1st.
Right, but we're talking more like, the fire department goes out and charges something for a fire truck, and then it comes by UPS, and then the bill doesn't come for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You buy gravel here in town, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so the bills come to us within the same
Yeah.
week.
Okay.
We're talking about, like, if you were gonna go out and get those signs, that the people call you up and tell you that they had signs.
Yeah.
You can't buy those after May
Yeah.
30th
Okay.
until the next fiscal year, because we would never get that bill, and it would keep our books open for,
Okay, so materials and stuff like that will...
Yeah, I mean, that's, keep working,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what I'll do is, I guess, after May 30th there, what I'll do is I'll get a weekly billing from these people.
Yeah.
I can make sure I do that with the people that we deal with, Rudy and Turcott or whoever. Okay.
Do they write you up a bill when you're there anyways?
No,
No.
they'll send it, but, all I have to do is contact, their secretaries, and each week they can make sure the bills are in.
Yeah.
I try to keep track of them as I go anyways. I put those on my payroll, but, I don't have an exact number.
Right.
Because, even though we're not taxed and, whatever, but, okay, well, I just want to
Yeah,
clarify that.
we want to have everything paid for this fiscal year by June 30th, so by not having all these bills in the mail.
Kinda
And
like
we
what
did the
last-
same
we
thing
did
for the
same-
last 2
yeah,
years.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have anything else?
No,
I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we adjourn the meeting.
Seconded. All in favor? Thank you, folks.